Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So I got an email from a subscriber, and this subscriber sent a donation. So guys, remember, if you want to make sure that your questions are answered, that it's going to be guaranteed that it's going to be answered, you can send a donation. Click that link below to send me your question and the donation, and you are guaranteed to get a video response. I get a lot of emails. I don't get to all of them, as soon as I can, but if you want to make sure your question is answered, you can send that donation. All right. So now this one says, Mr. Locario, my question is that I am able to effortlessly attract women. Many times they'll talk to me and even give me their number without asking for it. But when I follow up, I'll notice that they'll disappear. It's been going on for many years and it's frustrating. I have no issue at all with rejection, but the flaking, even if they initiate conversation, and it's something that I've worked hard to amend. The worst is when they actually approach me and hard choose me, giving me their number, but also doing the disappearing act. We can even make out heavy the first time, have a great conversation, but they'll disappear. I may come off too strong and not give them breathing room. I have done that to avoid rejection, flaking, and many women who waste time with bullshit. Honestly, I'm not sure exactly what it is. Clearly, I'm doing many things right, but I'm also doing something wrong that's causing them to back off after getting their phone number or even after first date. I've worked on myself to improve and it's getting better for me, but I would like to finally resolve it once and for all. And that is why I humbly approach you. Please give me your advice, Mr. Locario. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's some other stuff he's saying. So basically, so the thing is, this dude is saying that, he doesn't really have a problem, getting the chicks and, getting the numbers. He might make out with some chick here and there, but it's like the chicks keep bouncing. They disappear. He don't hear from him again, or he goes on a first date. He doesn't hear from him again. And, this type of stuff happens a lot. And what I got to tell you guys is this, right? Is that the reality of the situation is this. Most of the women that you talk to, get their numbers and everything, or even go on the first date, most of the women that you interact with like that, right? Most of them, you're not going to see them again. Okay. So if you met a chick and let's say you got her number at the club or whatever, you understand? Most of those chicks, like let's say you got 10 girls' numbers within, the weekend or something. You went out on Friday and Saturday night, you got 10 girls' numbers. Out of those 10 girls' numbers, you'll probably only see 2 of them again. You understand what I'm saying? So, the thing is that if you want to see more women, you got to talk to more women. I've said this until I'm blue in the face. You have to talk to more women. You have to put in that time in order to make that happen. Because the thing is, a lot of the women that you interact with, that you deal with, they're going to bounce. They're going to be gone. You're not going to see them again. And there's a lot of different reasons why this happens. It's because sometimes, you meet a chick and, you get her information, but, she was just an attention whore. You get some chick's information, but she really has some boyfriend that she's sort of messing with. Either like she actually has a boyfriend or some dude who was her boyfriend that she's trying to get back with and all this other craziness. So it's like she's dealing with that shit. So she's not going to really call you again. Sometimes, you get a girl's number and then sort of she changes her mind afterwards. Like, you hit her up the next day or the day, the 2 days later or whatever, and she's not feeling the same way that she felt when she, first met you. There's times where, girls, they're just emotional at the time. So you're texting her, you're trying to see what's up, and she's having a bad day. She doesn't want to talk to anybody, all that other goofy shit. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of times when you meet women, there's going to be a lot of girls that you meet and you get the numbers and nothing will happen. The thing is, you have to accept that fact. That is just how it goes. There's going to be a lot of times where they're going to be girls who, you get information and nothing goes down. Right now, the tighter your game is, the better your the situations that you're going to get into will become. So what that means is, instead of, getting only 2 girls out of 10 to call you back or hit you up, you might get maybe, 4 5, if you're really good at it. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, there's going to be girls who are going to fall off. There's going to be girls you're not going to see. There's going to be girls who are going to disappear. There's going to be girls you're never going to talk to again. That's how the game goes. You feel what I'm saying? So you have to sort of accept that fact first. You understand? Accept the fact first, right? Now, the thing is, though, there could be things that you are doing to make your situation worse. Meaning, there might have been girls who wanted to, call you back and see you and get with you, and then they stop calling, or they stop, they decided not to see you because of something that you could have been doing. Now, the thing that I noticed in this email is that, there's a part where you said, let me see where it's at again. You said basically that you was like, I may come off too strong and not give them breathing room, right? So I'm not exactly sure, if you're talking about like when you first are talking to the girl, when you first meet her at the bar or wherever you're at, or if you're talking about if you get her information and her number and you're, texting her and doing all this other stuff, right? So the thing is, but in either case, the thing is, when you're dealing with girls, you have to give them some breathing room. And so, for example, let's say, it's you get a girl's number and you call her or whatever, and you're trying to set up a date, right? And I've said this a lot of times, where if you get a girl's information and you hit her up to set up a date, let's say you met her on Saturday night, you understand? And then you hit her up on Sunday and you say, hey, what's up? When are you free? We should get together. And then she's like, oh, I'm free on Thursday, right? And you say, okay, cool, we'll meet up on Thursday. Now, all you need to do is chill the fuck out and meet up with her on Thursday. But a lot of times what guys will do is they'll text her on Monday, they'll text her on Tuesday, so they'll be texting her all these different days as the date is approaching and asking all these questions and, having all these text conversations. So when you do that, you're not giving her space to breathe. You're not giving her room to just chill the fuck out and actually, look forward to seeing you because you're all up in her face already, right? So sometimes when you do that, you end up texting or saying something that may turn her off. You understand? And that can be a thing that can make her disappear, make her be out. You understand what I'm saying? So, I've told you guys a couple times that when you get a chick's number, just set up the date, leave it at that, and see her on the date. And the most you can do, within that time, if you're going to text her before the date, is just to text her the day before or the day of the date to confirm that the date is still happening. You understand? Other than that, you just leave it alone. See, the thing is that, when you're contacting these chicks, you're sort of, you're not really giving them space to just chill and want to, see you. They have to have that space in order for them to think about you, in order for that, like, that like attraction that they have for you to really get stronger as the date approaches. You understand? So sometimes that could be it, right? But the thing is that also I think what's happening specifically in your case, the guy, that wrote the email, is that since you have been thinking that these women are going to never call you again or not see you again, you're starting to sort of internalize that as like the thing that's going to happen. You understand? And since you are internalizing that, that could be the reason also why when you're dealing with chicks, they don't return your calls or they don't see you, because what's happening is you might internalize that shit. And then when you're talking to a girl, or when let's say you said that there's times you will make out with the chick and, and all this other stuff, but then you won't hear from her again. Is that when you're dealing with her and all this other stuff, you're probably doing or saying something or, interacting with her in a way that makes you seem needy. You understand what I'm saying? So since you're so used to that, and since you're scared to like, for her to reject you or for her to not see you again, you're probably doing and saying stuff, to make her to appear that you really need her to see you again, which makes you look needy, which makes her not want to see you. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes, when you're doing stuff or when you internalize certain things, right, you act in certain ways that make that thing that you think is going to happen actually happen, because you're creating that for yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Because in your email you were saying that you don't give them breathing room, and you said you've done that to avoid rejection and flaking and many women who will waste time with bullshit. So the thing is that you're probably stressing the fact that they need to see you again. Like, I remember I had a friend who he would talk to chicks and we'd be at spots or whatever, and he sort of would like keep reiterating like, oh, so yeah, so like he'll get the number and he'll exchange numbers or whatever, and he'll tell the girl, he'd be like, hey, so I'm gonna call you on Tuesday, okay? Don't forget, I'm gonna call you on Tuesday. Make sure if I call you and it goes to voicemail, just call me back. Like, he would just really be like on it, because he's like really trying to get with this chick, and he's like stressing the shit. You understand what I'm saying? And then like he would just be like, so like, oh, I got to make this happen. And he comes off looking needy. You feel what I'm saying? So there could be something that you're doing in these interactions that you're having with these chicks, right, that is giving off that energy where she's like, okay, this is the type of guy I'm not really going to call back. You know what I'm saying? Because again, and I've said this before, in other audios, where a lot of times when you're dealing with women, right, you got to understand this fact. A lot of you guys are going to understand this. Women, right, they are looking for reasons not to holler back at you. I'm going to say that again. Women are looking for reasons not to holler back at you. Why, you ask? The reason why women will do this is because when you approach a girl, right, what's happening is that you are something new in her life. You are a change in her routine. You're a change in her life. And this goes not even just for women, but just people in general. But I'm just, specifically talking about women. But people in general don't really like change. People like their routines. You understand? Even if you're not conscious of it, you like your routines. So when something new comes along, that's a break in the routine, right? So when you're dealing with a chick or you're talking to a girl, she sees you, even on a subconscious level, as a break in her routine. And on top of that, she looks at it as something that could be negative, meaning she's like, oh, well, this guy could end up playing me. This guy could end up breaking my heart. This guy could end up, being an asshole and this and this and that, or whatever. So the thing is that to avoid that happening, to avoid that, going on, what women are going to do is that they're going to look for something to justify them not calling you back. They're going to look for something to justify them, not really fucking with you. Because what's going to happen is they could like you and they could be like, oh, he seems cool. I should, see what's up with him. But then they have this part of them that there's this fear there. Do you understand? Because they're like, oh, I don't want this shit to fuck up. I don't want him to break my heart. I don't want him to play me, blah, 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 blah. So what they do is that they're looking for something to point out, to say, oh, well, I can't fuck with him because of this or because of that. And women do this a lot, actually, on online dating sites, where they'll look at your profile. You might send them a message and then they're like, okay, he seems cool, but I see that he wrote about this, so he said that, and I don't like that, so fuck him. I'm not going to really bother. You understand? So it's justifying her saying no so she doesn't have to break up her routine. Do you see what I'm saying? So the thing is that when you're dealing with chicks, and in your case, you're talking about, they're disappearing and you're coming off too strong and you're probably doing this and probably do that. You're probably giving these women reasons as to why they should not fuck with you. Right now, the best way to make this better for you or to improve your situation, right, is first thing is you have to accept the fact that most of the women that you're going to talk to they're not going to get back to you. It's just a fact of life. That's just how it goes. There's so many different reasons. There's things that, have nothing to do with you that will make a chick not holler back at you. So don't beat yourself up about it. It is what it is. And so with that knowledge, you must understand that you have to go out there and talk to more women, right? Because if you want more things to happen, then you got to talk to more women. Because if you want, 5 girls in rotation, you can't just talk to 5 girls. You understand what I'm saying? You might have to talk to 150 to get 5 good ones in rotation. You feel what I'm saying? Because there's going to be a lot of girls that, out of those 150 that you're not going to, that's going to reject you off the bat. There's going to be girls who, out of that 150, who's going to still give you the number. You're never going to see them again. And then it's going to narrow down to those 5. That's just how it goes, right? So, when we talk about this game stuff, it's about you, getting better so those odds could be better, but also getting you to the point where you're comfortable enough to even talk to that many women. See, the problem is a lot of guys, they're not having success because they have this, a fear of actually even going up to talk to one girl. So how the fuck are you going to get, your shit popping if you're scared to even talk to one chick? So you got to get yourself comfortable with that. So you got to, understand that there's going to be a lot of chicks who are going to, not going to hit you back. Also understand that you got to talk to a lot of women if you want to make something happen, right? And also, because you didn't technically say it in this email, so I can't specifically say what exactly, you were doing as far as, like the interactions you were having with these girls, as far as when you got their number, like what did you do when you text them or call them? Did you set up a date? Did you not set up a date where you just sort of like texting them nothing, just nonsense? Like, what were you texting them? When did you text them? How much texting or calling did you do when you first got the chick? So for example, you were saying that, you said you would make out heavy the first time and have a great conversation with a chick, but then she'll disappear. So what exactly were you doing, between the time where you were making out and the time where you tried to like holler back at her the next time to try to see her? You understand? Like, what did you say to her when you were texting her? Did you text her like 3 or 4 times in a row? You understand? Did you set a date and did you, text her all week until the date was about to happen? Like, these are the things we sort of need to know. And the thing is that if you were, texting her a lot, that could be it why she disappeared. If you were basically being needy, like kind of like I was saying with my friend, where he's like, oh, I'm gonna call you on Tuesday, make sure you pick up your phone and blah, blah, blah. If you were displaying neediness in the situation, that could be a reason why the chick is, stopped calling you or didn't want to see you again. Do you understand? So the thing is that, there could be certain little things that you were doing in those situations that made the chick want to not hit you back. But again, the main thing I'm telling you and I'm stressing is that you just need to talk to more women. So the thing is, you improve your game, improve the things that you're doing, meaning like, hitting chicks up, to just set up dates, don't stress them, don't call them, give them breathing room, just see them on the date, like do those type of things. And at the same time, while you're talking to more women, and then you will see more improvements. You feel what I'm saying? So, that's pretty much it, man. And if you have any more questions, if any of you guys have any more questions, make sure you click the link below and I will holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. And also, before I go, I want you guys to go to badboymembership.com because you can get my audio program, how to keep women interested in you. So I have an audio program about that. This basically the same stuff I'm talking about right now, but just more in depth. You understand? Because, a lot of times, it's one thing to meet a chick. You guys, you can make out with a chick, you could get a girl's number, but it's like, what's the point of all that if you're not even going to be able to see the chick again? You feel what I'm saying? And so that's a issue that a lot of guys go through. You understand? So you make sure you get on top of that. All right. So that's pretty much it. I'm out of here, guys. And remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Now, before you turn off this video, I want you to do 3 quick things. 1, I want you to click the link below so you can send me a question and I'll do a video on it. 2, I want you to click the link under that to get my free audio program, Undeniable Game, which gives you 7 tips on how to really attract beautiful women. And number 3, I want you to click the link under that to go to badboymembership.com, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.